getting the support of the governor to say, goodbye, you people can go, we can stay on our own. Believe it will make it a little bit more matured and even less challenging as the case may be. That is the only caveat that I believe that we must take on board so that nothing appears confrontational. It appears as if trying to force an issue. The body language of Mr. President when I met with him on the 20th of March underscores exactly what you're saying there. Yes, his thinking seemed to be in sync with the point you have made. But we cannot, in all conscience, entertain is the prospects of having people from across the Niger to become part of this undertaking. I've made this statement in Abuja and I'm repeating same here. This is for South-South and we can only leave it for South-South. And speaking the mind of our people, and we're not equivocated in that.
This video that I'm making here today may be grossly misunderstood. So I want to begin by saying that I have enormous respect for our revered traditional rulers in Anioma, beginning from Abo, Ibanke. Those are our Eka-speaking communities, to Ndopa, where we have different upper locals, to Enuani, where you have the different obis of ancient kingdoms in Enuani. So, I want to begin this video by saying I have enormous respect for the traditional rulers in Anioma. But then, I have to say this. So, there's a disturbing trend that I quickly want to address. The quest for the creation of Anioma State did not begin with distinguished Senator Ned Munayawoko. The quest and struggle for the creation of Anioma State is as old as the creation of the Midwestern State in 1963. As part of Western region, we were continually marginalized by the Yorubas, who were the dominant ethnic group. We were classed as Igbos. These are historical facts that can be cross-checked. In the Western region, we were so marginalized that we cried out to have a Midwestern region. In that Midwestern region, it was also another case of we being the Midwestern Igbos against those who are from the other side. You have the Benis there, you have the Ijos there, you have the Urobos, and you have the Asians, all these other groups. So, in 1992, when Delta State was created, another cry came up. The Delta Igbos started demanding for their own state. So, this cry for the creation of a state called Anioma is as old as when Chief Dennis Osadebe coined the name Anioma to represent the socio-cultural identity of the people who live in the place called Anioma. It was Anyocha, representing Anyocha South and Anyocha North. Ndokwa, Eka, representing Eka South and Eka Northeast. Then Oshumeli, for Oshumeli South and Oshumeli North. So, the quest for the creation of and Anioma state has been there as old as you can think of. Now, this region called Anioma became famed for its long anti-colonial resistance struggle led by prominent communities like Ogwashiukwu, Iselukwu, Ubulukwu, Ibuzo, Onicha-Olona, Onicha-Ugbo, Isela-Azaba. These are prominent communities in the present day Anioma. Documents abound to prove how much various communities struggled against colonial government for 31 years and above. That remains historical as the longest anti-colonial resistance struggle in the history of mankind. We resisted colonial government. The records are there. I do not want to start mentioning names of traditional rulers, names of kings, I should call them, because our father, who is no longer here with us, who is now an ancestor, Obi Professor Chike Edozie says that it is wrong to call them traditional rulers, that they are kings as well. Yes, they are all kings. The king of Iselukwu, Obi Egbuna, the king of Ubulukwu, Obi Nwajeyi, the king of Ogwashiukwu, who was in a struggle with his kinsman Okondro, the man Obi Nzekwe was very prominent in the fight for Ekumeku. We also had prominent people from Isela-Azaba, Ibuzo, and the rest. These are people who led struggle against colonial government. Before the British even touched this area, we have had struggles even against Benin. Ubuluku has stood tall against the Benin Kingdom during the Aya Desuwa in 1750 and came out victorious. We have a long history of glory and valor. In all this, no king of Ubuluku extended his power, his authority beyond the boundaries of Ubuluku. No king of Ogwashiukwu extended his powers beyond the boundaries of Ogwashiukwu. No one king in Anioma has power over another community, except that community is a dukedom to your own kingdom. So, I'm making this video to clarify that Ogwashiukwu, Ubuluku, Obio, Iselukwu, and all other communities in Anioma are not vassal kingdoms to Asaba. We have a very powerful king in Asaba, and we respect him so much, but his powers end in Asaba. His powers does not extend to Ubuluku. We have a council of traditional rulers in Delta State. And this council of traditional rulers, every king is equal. No matter your status, no matter your education, no matter your exposure, no matter your wealth and affluence. So, I'm making this video to clarify that we don't have a king of Anioma. We have kings in Anioma, and no one king determines for another king. Even the Obi of Ubuluku does not determine for the Obi of Obolono or the Obi of Ashama. All these kings are equal, no matter the size of your kingdom. If it were even by size, we know the kingdoms that rank high. If it is by valor and history, we know the kingdoms that rank high. If it is by age of when a kingdom was founded, we know the kingdoms that rank high. If it is by status of kings, we know the kingdoms that rank high. Kingdoms rise and kingdoms fall, and others rise again, but no kingdom swallows another one. So the quest for the creation of Anioma State did not begin with Senator Ned Muneo Nwoko, and we are hoping that with him we can achieve it. If we don't, the struggle continues. It is not a political struggle. It is a historical struggle. It is a struggle for identity. Most communities in this Anioma part have their ancestral origin from the southeastern part of Nigeria. And they are Igbos. The ones who do not have their origin from there have ancient ancestral communities in Igbo land that migrated from them. I have brothers in Okovoro, in Imo State. I have brothers in Oburoru, in Imo State. I have brothers in Ozobolo. I have brothers in Oboli Hejofo. I have brothers in Ubuli Ikem in Onitsha. I have brothers in Uburu in Ebonyi State. I have brothers in Obolo Hausara. All these are ancient Obolo communities that migrated from Ubuluku. And we are one. We are kith and kin. And I will not be separated from them. So, if the Anioma state is created, which we are praying for, the question of where will it be located is not a bad question at all. But let no one determine for me where I will want to be, because I want to be with my kinsmen. Because I am one and the same with them. It is not today. I have documents to show that my kingdom has been holding meetings with our kinsmen from the other side of the river Niger. And the river Niger has never been a boundary. In 1994, when a request was finally dropped again, after Delta State was created, and they said, please give us our Anioma state. The people who signed the documents are Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Opa Biaseka, Chief Philip Asiodu, and our brother, who is always prominent and there, Chief Dennis Chukwude Osadebe, who said in his book, Building a Nation, that before the bridge was even built, he quickly enters a boat to meet up with his brother, Nnamdi Azikiwe, on the other side of the river Niger. He didn't even call it Onitsha. And Onitsha, remarkably, is one of the prominent communities in what we call Umwezechima, because it was founded by Oheze, a son of Ezechima. We are kith and kin with the people of the southeastern part of Nigeria. I am not kith and kin with Urobo. I am not kith and kin with Bini people. I am not kith and kin with Isoko people. So I have no business being in the same geopolitical region with them. Leave me to be aligned with my kith and kin, and let the traditional rulers of my community make decisions for me. I saw a comment from one of our brothers showing me a king visiting another king and says it is subservient, it is homage. I have various pictures of the Obas of Benin, different Obas of Benin visiting the king of my community. That does not make Benin a vassal state to Ubuluku. Kingdoms rise and kingdoms fall, but let no kingdom lord it over another. Let no king also lord it over another. I want to use this opportunity to thank Prince Onyema Okonjo, the Ozoma of Ogwashoku, for that very well-worded article he published yesterday. It stopped me from writing and made me to do this video. I would have written because I love to write. But that was a very powerful one. And I also had to yesterday celebrate his father, because look at the exploits the children are making all over the world. The father, Professor Chukwuka Okonjo, remarkably fought for the Biafran army. There are so many other examples of our people who fought in the Biafran army, alongside our brothers who are from the southeast. Because our brothers from the other side of the river did not even instigate the war. It was our own brother from this side of the river Niger that instigated the war. Yes. Fukuma Kaduna Nzogu is not from the other side of River Niger. He is from this side of the River Niger, and he's from Opanam. So why are we now trying to separate ourselves from our kith and kin? I am an Igbo man. My name is Ngozi. And nothing can change that. Not a decision from another community can change that. I know who I am. If people do not know who they are or they're asking questions, I don't have any question about my origin or ancestry. I am an Igbo man, and that I will remain. Please, His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, if you eventually create Anioma State, do not hesitate where to put us. You know where you people call us. You are a Yoruba man. Have you people not been calling us Igbos, Western Igbos, Midwestern Igbos, Bendel Igbos, Delta Igbos, and now you want to give us Anioma and you are contemplating where to put us when you have already known where we are or who we are? We are Igbo people. No one community in the whole of Anioma speaks a different language from Igbo, except the few people I posted here who are in Olukumi, and they also speak and understand Igbo, in spite of the original language of Yoruba. Thank you, everyone, and God bless you. Do have a very pleasant day. Please share this video massively and let it reach your audience. Kindly also try and pen down your contribution. Let me know how you feel about this. Is there any king in Enuani or Anioma that is maybe in any way superior to another? Do you think there is?
Enuani.